Okay, how come my live button is not ready to go?
Did you get the preview?
I did, but now it says it's fetching video stream.
You mean you could see it on Facebook and now you can't see it on Facebook?
No, okay, it's there. Now it's back. I have preview, and I have a go live button. Okay.
There you go. Glad I could help you.
Yeah, right. Okay. Oh my goodness, we are live. We are live everywhere. Facebook and YouTube. Hello. I'm gonna type in some comments here. If you're watching on Facebook and or YouTube, tell me who you are, where you're from. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Oh wait, I have a black screen.
Where?
On Facebook. Did this happen last time?
I could see you.
You can see me on Facebook? Okay, over here. I have nothing, but it says I'm live.
Yep, I can see you.
But you can see me on Facebook. Okay. All right. So, if you can see me, give me some hearts or some likes. Tell me how everything sounds and looks. I am live streaming both to YouTube and Facebook. So, fun stuff. So I'm just going to hang out here. I'm going to get myself organized. I have some notes, so you'll be seeing me look down a lot at some notes so I can stay on track. And I also have, I'm going to be checking the chat comments. So I'm going to be looking down at my laptop here to be checking comments. So we'll be doing that throughout the chat. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm just going to go into my group on Facebook and let everyone know that we are live on the page and not in group. I think Sundays are just, you know, that's a family day and people are doing stuff in the afternoon, especially right now since it's the end of the summer. And a lot of people are getting in that last little bit of vacation before it ends, you know, before we have to, like, all the pools close and the parks close and everything. So I'm just going to give a couple more minutes and then I'm just going to go ahead and start talking. I guess you can see the stuff in the back. So, hey, Stephanie. Hi, I popped in to say hi. Hello. I hope you're having a good Sunday afternoon. We are I'm live streaming both to YouTube and Facebook. So hoping everything looks all right. Everything sounds all right. Let me know how everything sounds. Oh, you're going to go fishing. See, this is what I said about Sundays. Sunday afternoons are hard. Going to go fishing with the family, but you'll stay on as long as you can. All right, I appreciate it. You'll have to come back and watch the replay if you can, Stephanie. I'm going to talk about identity. So I'm just going to go ahead and start, and I guess whoever comes in on Facebook or YouTube, again, we are live right now on YouTube and Facebook at The Recycled Mom. If you can, give me some hearts or likes, or just tell me in the comments how everything looks and sounds. Let me know you're seeing me and hearing me. If this is your first time joining a chat, welcome, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about core identity. And, oh, Stephanie, we're doing pretty good. It's kind of a normal Sunday for us. We go to church, we come back home, we have lunch. I do this live stream. We go back for a Sunday evening, service, and then we come back home and watch movies sometimes. So kind of a normal Sunday for me. I hope you have good weather for fishing. Hope you catch a bunch of fish. What did my father, my stepdad actually sent me a picture. I don't know. Here, Stephanie, hopefully, hang on a second. Let me see if I can get this for you. He sent me a picture of what he caught yesterday. Oh, let me see if I can. Here we go. Here's a good picture. You ready, Stephanie? I'm going to hold it up to the camera and see if you can see it. There you go. Whoop! Ah, shoot. There we go. You see it? I hope I got it in there. There's a delay. There's a little bit of a delay on, there you go. Can you see that? I don't know if there's a glare on it. Yeah. Look at that huge fish he caught. Hi, Jennifer. Glad you joined the chat. Yeah, anyway, isn't that amazing? He said there were 3 separate pictures he sent me, and he sent 2 are Master Angler Award fish. So I am not one that is up on a whole lot of fishing, but that is a big fish. Or those are big fishes. So I hope you have a wonderful day fishing. All right, and we have Tiffany that joined. Hello, Tiffany. So we have live stream on YouTube and Facebook. Both are The Recycled Mom. You can find my channel on YouTube, and you can also come on over at Facebook. I'm the same everywhere. I'm The Recycled Mom. Let's see. Stephanie says, the guy who rode with Levi on the plane ride is who we're going fishing with. Oh, his name was Christian, I believe. Those 2 were a hoot on that plane ride. Oh, your husband's impressed by that. Yes, I'm impressed. But my stepdad is out in the water every chance he can get. So anyway, hi, Tiffany. Hey, Jennifer. All right, so I'm going to get right into this. So if this is your first time joining a chat, welcome to the chat. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about our core identity, getting back to you. I am Darlene Taylor. I am The Recycled Mom. I launched Recycled Mom in January of this year, officially launched, to be an encouragement to women everywhere, to moms, to, all moms of all types who need some encouragement, who feel that they're going through life. They feel a little lost, like they're wandering. I hear so often in chats and women that I talk to that I hear a lot of this term. I feel like I've lost my identity. Going through life especially as a wife and as a mom, and just all the other things we do in ministry or with jobs and our careers. And that is really the heart of The Recycled Mom, wanting you to get back to you. And today, I'm sorry. And I also wanted to say that where I was at before I came here was, not only struggling with my own identity, but I went into a program called Reformers Recovery Program, and I was ended up being a counselor in that group for 10 years. And I learned when I learned more about myself, I learned more about God. And when I learned more about God, I learned more about myself. And so there was this relationship that God and I have. And it wasn't that I lost my identity. It was I needed to realize what my identity was all along. So we're going to talk about that today. So let me ask you, do you feel like, Stephanie, you say, I feel that way, that being a wife and mom, I don't really know who I am. Yes. So, this is for you. Yes. And if that is you, give me some thumbs up or some hearts, or put a hand up in the comments if this is you, if you feel like you've lost a sense of who you are. Are you trying to figure out where you fall into all of this? Marriage and your family, just your life in general. Do you look in the mirror and you wonder who's looking back at you? What happened to me? I'm a hot mess. That has been me. If you can relate, then today's chat is just for you. So, I just want to remind you, and I just want to tell you that you are not lost, not at all. The core you is in there. You just lost sight of it, and maybe you've never even really understood what your core identity, what your core you really was, or who really is. I shouldn't say was, because we're not talking about past tense. Can I just say that I think that we've been looking in the wrong places. We've been looking elsewhere for what defines us. So let's get back to you. Hi, Erica. I'm glad you could join us. Okay. All right, took a little chat break. So periodically, I am going to be looking down at some notes. I want to stay on track. I don't want to take too much of your time on a Sunday afternoon, since I know it's usually a family time. And I also am going to be looking down at my laptop, and I'm going to be checking chat notes. So I apologize for not keeping eye contact 100% of the time. So, all right. So first, this is not a monologue. Okay. Today's chat and all of the chats I ever have on our private Facebook group or on YouTube, this is a dialogue. So I'm hoping that, because this is social media, that we're going to have the back and forth conversation. That means I want your comments. I want to see you comment. I want to see you, throw up the hearts and the likes. Whatever emojis you want to put, and you see your comments in the chat, because it's an interactive chat. So that means I want to see it. And with that said, I would like for you, if you're watching live, or if you're watching the replay, I would like for you to drop an I am statement in the comments. Okay? The I am statement. These I am, and then fill in the blank for you. The I am are the two most powerful words, and what comes after them shapes your beliefs, shapes your destiny, shapes your what you believe about yourself, or what you believe about your circumstances around you. I am, go ahead and put that down in the comments. Some comments, some I am statements might be, let me see, I am compassionate. I am a wife. I am a Christian. I am a CEO. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a homeschool mom. I am a wife. What are some other things? I am vegan. I am keto. How about some of these other ones? I am worthless. I am Republican. I am Democrat. I am bipolar. I am ADD. I am African American. I am Latino. These are some typical I am statements. Let's see. Erica says, I am a child of the great I am. I love it. This is curious. I like to see. Hopefully there's not a delay. I don't know how much of a delay there is on YouTube. Oh, Stephanie, your words hit home. Yep. Yeah, go ahead, drop an I am statement. So far, Erica has dropped a statement that says, I am a child of the great I am. My statement would be, each day I pick an affirmation to say to myself, to think about for the day. Sometimes I say, I am blessed. Other times it's been, I am forgiven. I am loved. Today I picked up, I am compassionate. It's something that I'm focusing on about, character traits about me that I know that I am. Because I am a child of God, I am long-suffering, I am forgiving. Okay, just want to make sure there aren't any more chats coming in. Okay, so this is great. Yeah, Stephanie, you're not seeing anyone else's chats. I am live streaming in 2 places at once. I'm on YouTube and I'm also on Facebook, my Facebook page. So I have 2 streams, 2 live streams going on at the same time. So that's why some of you over on Facebook, Stephanie is a friend I met on YouTube, and we've gotten to know each other through our YouTube videos and conversation. And Stephanie, there are some people over here on Facebook that I've gotten to know on Facebook. So Stephanie, meet Facebook people meet Stephanie. Okay, so the I am statements. Okay, so I have 1 so far. Okay, that's great. And I told you mine. I am compassionate. Okay, so most of us define ourselves by what we do or what we believe. These are common. Like I was saying before, I am a CEO. I am a IT specialist for the Postal Inspection Service, and I manage blah, 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 blah. Okay, Jennifer says, I am a pastor's wife and a busy mama of 2 amazing boys. Oh, Stephanie, Erica from Facebook says, hello. Okay, Stephanie says she has to go. They're leaving to go fishing. And Stephanie says hello to everybody on Facebook. Yay, big Facebook wave. Okay, so I've got a couple I am statements. This is good. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Most of us define ourselves, when we say I am, we define ourselves by what we do or what we believe. And with that comes a list of rules, behaviors, things that are expected. So, for example, if I was to say I am a vegan, which I'm not, but anyway, but if I was to say I am vegan or a vegan, that would automatically come with a list of kind of like rules. I say rules, I don't mean that literally, but I'm just using that for a figure of speech. But it comes with this list of behaviors or things that you do. You know, vegans, you know, they don't eat this, they don't eat this, they eat this, they eat this. You know, there's a whole kind of little like community or little behaviors that go along with being a vegan. Same thing if you're doing keto dieting. There's a whole bunch of things and thoughts, behaviors, and things that go with that. When you say I am a Christian, or Muslim, Buddhist, Jewish, these kinds of things, there comes a set of beliefs and actions, behaviors, I'll use that instead of rules, that come along with that statement. You know, Christian, you know, we do these things, we believe this, and we don't do this, that kind of thing. You know, same thing with all the other religions. So if I can just go with me here for a second. So when you say I am Republican, I am Democrat, I am Christian, I am a CEO, I am a stay-at-home mom, I am a homeschool mom, I am a wife, that is what you do. That is what you do. Oh, hello, Aaron and Nancy and Rachel. Do you know what? Have you guys ever... I've never watched the show, but I used to see way back when I was teeny little girl, and then this woman would look through this circle and she would say, I see Erica and Jennifer and Nancy and Rain. It was called Romper Room. Has anybody ever heard of that? And if not, we should Google it and look it up and see. I think that's what she ended her show all the time, and she would say all these names, and it was like her little, I don't know, it was like a little magic looking glass or something she had. That's all I remember was she'd say, say people's names. It's like the first shout outs ever before we ever had social media and people shouting out each other on social media. So we had, I see Erica and I see Aaron. That's what I felt like. So we have Nancy joined, Aaron says hello, everybody. Rachel says hello. Okay, so for those of you that just joined, I'm going to take just a second while I keep talking. I want you for real quick, if you can drop in the comments your I am statement. Some of you have done this before, some of you haven't. Maybe you need a reminder, but I am, two most important words. What follows I am shapes your beliefs, shapes your destiny. Okay, those are powerful words. I am. Go ahead and give me some statements. We had a couple come in. Erica gave us an I am statement that says, I am a child of the great I am. And Jennifer says, I am a pastor's wife and a busy mama of two amazing boys. Now, Aaron, does that make you vintage? I'm telling you, feeling very vintage lately. Erica, you loved that show. Okay, so I'm in good company here. Okay. Okay, so drop your I am statement if you're just tuning in. If you're over on YouTube, reminder, I am live streaming in 2 different places. Okay, I can be in more places than one. Yes, if that were only true and real outside of social media. So, but yes, over on YouTube, if you are just joining in, please drop an I am statement into the comments, and I'm going to put mine in there. I'm going to say I am compassionate. That is what I am dropping in the comments over there, okay? And I'm going to do it on Facebook over here as well. On my I am affirmation statement today is I am compassionate. Okay. Now, what I was just saying before some of you joined in is that when we say, Aaron says, I am a blessed lady. Yes. So back to what we were saying about I am, and then most of us define ourselves by what we do. So like we would say, I am a homeschool mom. I am a wife. I am, like Jennifer said, a pastor's wife. Some people say I am a CEO. I am, founder of such and such and such. We define ourselves by what we do. But this is not who you are. This is not who we are at our core. Okay, I need you to understand this. Being a wife, that's what I do. There's certain things that come with that. I am a Christian. There's certain things that come with that. Even I am a child of God. Even though my identity is in Christ, and we'll get to that, but because I am a child of the King, I am compassionate, forgiving, honest, loyal. I am those. It's about a character trait. Saying I am Christian, that is not who I am as a core. That's what I do. It's what I believe. And while those are important, I can't define myself that way at my core. This is about understanding who we are at our core, okay? And yes, we are a child of the King. I am saved. I am a daughter of the Most High, right? But because I am a daughter of the King, because I have been saved, I am this. I am obedient. I try to be. We'll just take a drink on that. I tried to be, right? But I am those things. And these are the things that the Lord wants us to believe about ourselves. He wants us to adopt these characteristics because we are His. And these need to be part of our core identity, our core belief. Yes, I am a child of God, but because I am a child of God, I am honest and I am beautiful because I'm wonderfully made, beautifully and wonderfully made. I am confident because he's giving me all the strength and all the power to be confident and be bold. I am bold, but we don't believe that, right? And we're going to get to that too. Rachel says, I am loved. Nancy says, I am blessed and tuned into others and the world around me. That's beautiful. Rachel, oh, I already read yours, Rachel. You said I am loved. Nancy here, sensitive. Hands were on wrong keys. I'm all of 74. Oh, and Nancy, sorry. So I am Sebsituvim. Oh, I love spell check. I love fat fingering keys and stuff. Ian says, I am an art guy. So I would say for him, I am talented. I am an artist is something that he does. There's a whole bunch of doing with that. That is what he does. But because I am an artist, you know, I am creative and I am passionate and I am, I don't know, what else would you say for an artist? We are getting to these core beliefs about ourselves. When we just when we start identifying ourselves by what we do, what happens when you take that away? For example, I am a wife. Many women that I have talked to that have experienced the death of their husbands are lost. They've lost their identity. And I completely understand because they have spent so many years with this person and they've lived their life with this person and experienced so many things. And when that person is gone, they don't know who they are anymore. And not that this is not a bad thing at all. But when that goes, when you leave a job, when your kids leave home and have their own families, this is where a lot of women find themselves. The empty nesters, the the moms that there is nobody at home anymore, or they've experienced a divorce, or they have lost a job, and then they don't know who they are anymore. And that is where that tells me that our identities are wrapped up so much in what we do. And when those things are gone, what do we do? We have people say, oh, I have to find myself again, or I'm just lost, or this is where women end up in depression, or they have self-sabotaging behaviors. Things like this creep in because there's nothing left of them anymore. There's so many things that are wrapped up. And circumstances, life in general is erratic. So it's up one day, it's down the next. Sorry, I'm looking up. I'm afraid my light's going to tip over. If it does, I apologize. I'm going to scream. Hey, Melanie. I don't know when you came on. I just missed you. I am streaming in 2 different places. I don't feel like I'm yelling. I have a microphone on. I don't need to yell. Sorry, hold on. Oh, shoot. My light fell over. Hold on. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. All of these things that we place our identities in, our husbands, our talents, our success. How about my condition? Like maybe I have an illness, or I have some kind of a learning challenge like ADD, ADHD, You know, I've had people come up to me and say, "Hi, my name's so-and-so. I'm bipolar." Oh, okay. um, you know, is my identity wrapped up so much in my homeschooling community, my church? Because I'm going to tell you, when those things go away, what you have left is what's left, your core. Aaron says, I am a believer in the great I am. I am Ronald Thompson's wife. I'm a mommy to 4 amazing men of valor. I am a lover of all God's created beings. I am also like a little teapot. I care deeply and feel the needs of those around me strongly. See, ladies, these are beautiful. You are describing things that you do. But it's not who you are. And so I'm hoping that today's chat will bring in self-awareness of who you are. To understanding what our character is. Okay, it's what you, those are things that you do and those are things that you believe, but who you are is all that you will have left when everything else goes away. Right? And these are all beautiful, beautiful statements. And these are actually the true things. If I was to describe Erin, you know, I would say, well, I know Erin, she's Ron Thompson's wife, and you know, she has 4 boys, and we worship the Lord together, we sing in choir, and she's another homeschool mom, and blah 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 blah. I would go on those things, but those are things that she does. But who is Erin? I would say Erin, and I'm talking about Erin Thompson. I don't know if there was another Erin. No, there's not. No, Erica's the only room. Right. So an Erin statement, an I am statement. How I would describe Erin, you know, that would be, you know, she is a compassionate person because she just said, I care deeply and feel the needs of those around me. I just met with Erica yesterday for a homeschool co-op meeting, you know, and I could say, you know, that Erica is very passionate. She has desires to help people and compassionate. She's compassionate. She's passionate about what she's doing because she's starting this ministry. She is, I would describe her as loyal, and I'm describing character traits about her rather than what she does. Because I could say, well, yeah, she's a wife, she's a homeschool mom, and she goes here and she does this and blah, 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 blah. But that is not who she is at the core. And of course, she needs to find out who she is at the core, just like just like I do. What has happened to us, ladies? And gentlemen, if you're gentlemen can watch too. But what has happened is that we have allowed what we feel and what we do to define us, to determine how we behave, how we think, to what we believe about ourselves. And this results in our self-worth. Not, you know, do you have a high self-worth or do you have a low self-worth? And I'm not talking about self-esteem. Self-esteem is about how you feel about yourself. I don't feel very good about myself. I don't feel, you know, confident in this thing. Oh, you're welcome, Erica. Erin, Erica, I want to meet you. And if I didn't mention you in that little example I was given, you know, please do not be hurt or offended. And I was just, those were the 2 people I saw right there on my chat. Melanie, and Marilyn. Oh, Marilyn, you're from Tennessee. Welcome to the chat on YouTube. I am Darlene Taylor, the Recycled Mom, and I am live streaming today on YouTube and Facebook. So I'm going to be popping back and forth looking at the different chats. I hope that you're still here. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube and also on Facebook. Don't forget to shoot up some hearts or some likes. And if you want, you can even share the chat with someone who you think might benefit from today's chat. So we have, I'm not sure if Melanie or Marilyn are still here, but if you are, I am so glad that you are here. What we're doing so far, Melanie and Marilyn, is that I have asked everyone to drop their I am statement into the chat. So if you want to go ahead and do that, please do. All right, so back to recap what I was just saying. We have allowed what we feel and what we do to define us and to determine how we behave, how we conduct ourselves, how or what we believe about ourselves. And that got us to self-worth. So self-worth and self-esteem. Self-esteem is how we feel about ourselves, okay? Self-worth is the value we place on ourselves, how valuable we think we are based on some core belief, okay? So, for example, hi, my name is Darlene. I am a passionate gal. I am an honest gal. I am giving. I am sincere. I am loving. I am compassionate. I am generous. I am creative. I'm fun. I am helpful. I am reverent. This was just an exercise that I was doing with myself, trying to write up an I am statement. Oh no! Oh, I hope y'all. Did I come back? Hey, Marilyn. Oh, you've been busy. I understand. I completely understand. Please let me know if everybody can see the stream on Facebook or YouTube. I'm hoping I still see me. I still see that I'm live, but somebody said they lost me, so I'm hoping. Please share it. Let me see if I'm on. I'm going to check my phone real quick. Hold on. Okay, it looks like I'm live on Facebook as well. Right, but somebody said they lost me, so I'll check my phone real quick. Hold on. Oh, thank you for the comment, Erin. You are beautiful and insightful. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Oops, I need to mute that. Hold on. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so if I'm going to tell myself I am an honest gal, then I'm going to conduct myself as an honest gal. Okay, this is how I conduct myself, and if I conduct myself in an honest way, then people will believe me to be honest without me ever having to say it or say it about myself or to prove it about myself. So this isn't about going around and just saying, I am honest, I am compassionate, and it's not about that. And I think people, ladies, I think we get caught up in we want to say an I am something. We want to feel confident about ourselves, but we feel like we're boasting. And I don't think that is boasting at all. I think that now, when we're telling ourselves that in our personal self-care time, if that first hour of the morning when it's just you and it's you and God, and He is reaffirming who you are in Him. Again, like I said earlier, because I am the daughter of the King, because I am saved, I am these things. I have been given these abilities. I am that. And so, as someone used to say one time, I am heaven bound, so act like it. I'm already seated in the heavenlies, as it was said. So act like it, right? I am an honest gal. I mean, really, down deep. I mean, yes, have I lied before? Yes, I don't mean to, you know. Oops. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, what was I saying? I am, I'm loving and, am I loving every day? Do I have my moments? Absolutely. But down deep in my core, I am that. And I try to be that as much as I can. And with God's help, I can be that way. Okay, Nancy says she sees the screen. And her friend Maud is tuned in. Oh, great. Hi, Maud. Rachel, you are beautiful. Let's see, Erin is saying, Rachel Holmes, you are beautiful, caring, and a great listener. Absolutely. Yes, you are beautiful. And I would say that about every single woman. You are beautiful because God made you. And you are fearfully and wonderfully made, because that's what I believe. That is my core belief. And so I believe that you are a beautiful person deep down. Do I act ugly at times? Yes. Just, cut me off on the highway sometimes. Marilyn over on YouTube, Marilyn is telling us her I am statement. I am compassionate, giving, loving, caring, and a child of God. Okay, Marilyn says she could see me. That is awesome. And Marilyn, I love your I am statement. I love it. And so yes, people will be able to tell that about you. Like I was able to say that about a couple women that I know that are here in the chat. And I was able to say, because I've gotten to know them, I was able to say some things about them, about their character, about who they are, not what they do, but who they are. And because I've gotten to know them, and they didn't have to go and tell me that about themselves. Beware of someone who they're spouting off stuff about themselves all the time. I used to be in the wedding industry. Well, I mean, I still am, but not full time. And when I would go and make phone calls to vendors that our couples were looking for, and I'm going to use a DJ. And if anybody in here is a DJ, this is not meant to be bashing all DJs or anything. But DJs were some of the biggest offenders in this area, that when I was going to look for them, I had already scouted them out. I had gotten referrals. I had, whatever. But when I would talk to them and they would find out that I was the wedding planner, it was kind of comical, because what would happen next would be that they would start to spout all this stuff out about what they do. We do this, and we're this, and we do this. And I was like, so if someone is always just like what I call spouting off their resume to you, kind of push them, it's like, whoa, slow down there. Erin, you have the voice of an angel. Well, I appreciate that. All right, so we're talking about self-worth. So do you all understand the difference between self-worth and self-esteem? Self-esteem is not your problem. Self-esteem is not our problem. Self-worth is. Self-worth, that's the value that we place on ourselves. Some of us can feel pretty good about ourselves. That's self-esteem. I feel pretty good. Sometimes we feel bad. But what is really the issue is our self-worth. We feel that we don't measure up. We don't, we're not worthy of something. We're not, and I understand with those of us who are saved and in Christianity, in our Christian circles, I understand that, yes, we are sinners, and I know that what we deserve. But that's not what I'm talking about, okay? Like with that understanding, okay, when I'm talking about feeling worthy, because we are children of God, we are saved, we are worthy to receive the gifts that God has given to us and has for us. So if y'all remember the story of the prodigal son, right? And he did all of these things, spent all of his inheritance, came to the end of himself, and who knows what he did over there. The Bible didn't really say everything he did. I'm pretty sure he had some fun. And when he came back, right, his father didn't chastise him, didn't point out what he did wrong. See, I told you this was going to happen. He didn't do anything like that. He put his ring on his finger, and he gave him cleaned him up and gave him clothes and a robe, and he had this huge feast for him. And I am positively sure that the prodigal son was not feeling deserving of that at all, but the prodigal son was still the son, and the father was still the father, and he loved him, and he was still part of that family. So because he's part of that family, he is worthy to get those things. A lot of us place worthy on how well we do things. Well, I'm not that worthy because I don't have college degrees. Let me tell you, I felt like that when I first started homeschooling. And I still feel like that. Just about every year we start over again, and I still feel like I'm not worthy to homeschool. You know, and that's my self-worth identity problem. Are y'all still with me? Does that make sense? Is that something that you understand? Are you beginning to understand? It's becoming self-aware. Let me try to think about what I'm trying to say next. These things that you define yourselves with. So I'm going to say a CEO. I am a wedding planner. I am a homeschool mom. I am a wife. All of these things will make me feel valuable. Does that make sense? They'll make me feel valuable, but they are earthly. They are temporary. They will not last. Now, I'm not saying this when we're talking about being a wife and being married. I'm not saying that, oh, we'll see how long that lasts. It's not like that at all. I'm talking about that eventually one day, I know that I'm going to die. JT's going to die one day, And when that's gone, my identity is not going to be gone. A part of me is going to be gone because he's a part of me. But my identity is not going to be gone because I'm still Darlene, and I am still a daughter of the King, and I am still compassionate, and I am still, loving and giving and fun. I am still that person. Aaron says, I always feel like even though I love deeply and am caring, I stink at performance things like everyday life responsibilities. So it doesn't really matter that I'm loving and caring because everyone looks at what you do, I know, and what you can accomplish. That's right, Aaron. That is what we are battling, ladies, right there, is that it's based people. Okay, let me just say this, okay? I know this is going to sound harsh, but it is reality. You will be judged. Accept it. Okay, there, I said it. We all judge. We all judge, do we not? As my daughter would say, where's the lie? We all judge, okay? And we want to say, well, we shouldn't judge, and I would never judge anybody. I'm just saying, we all do it, and you will be judged, so just accept it and let it, it's a fact. In the Bible, Jesus says that you will be, if they persecuted me, how much do you think they're going to persecute you? Right? So it's not about judging is not persecution. Sorry, excuse me, I'm sweating. You are going to be judged. So, okay? There goes my light again. Shoot. Marilyn says, oh, okay, I agree. She's still here. I agree. Good. All right. So, I do not want that to sound insensitive at all, ladies, but that is how it is. It is harsh reality, and you are going to be judged. So how are we going to deal with the judgment? Okay. You need to know, this is about being self-aware, and you need to know your core beliefs and core identity and stand strong on those. You can stand strong because you are standing on the truth, which is the Word of God, which is what God says about you. You are standing strong on that. You stand strong on that, and then you can proclaim it. I am caring. I can take care of this house. I can, sure, where we get into problems, you all know this, I'm just going to say it anyway, where we get into problems is when we compare, because we're looking at something else. We care more about someone's opinion about us than we care about what God's opinion is of us. That is where we're falling apart, ladies. We are. And it's got to stop here. When this is why I want us all to have these I am statements, because you are proclaiming the truth about you that's already there, that was given to you from God. It's already there. And these are things that God says about you. But ladies, we are so quick, so fast to go to the negative and point out things negatively about myself, or about myself, yes, but about ourselves. Like, I'm, I don't know, my hair's too straight, my hair's too curly, my eyes are too narrow or too big, my lips are too thin, my butt's too big, my I got this tummy here, I can't do this right. Well, that's because you're comparing it to somebody else. You're comparing yourself to yourself. You've got some expectations up here in your head that you're trying to live up to. What we're looking at here, ladies, is that things that we're identifying ourselves by what we do, that they will need, remember I telling you, they're temporary, they won't last. They need constant manipulation and control to protect my image of my identity. Okay, let me say that again. All right. These things that you're wrapped up in, that's circumstances. It's circumstantial identity, okay? Not who you really are. It's all the stuff around you. You have made your identity. My house isn't clean enough, so I'm a horrible mom, or I'm a horrible wife. All right? Well, clean enough based on whose standards, and if that's something that you've got up here, where did that come from? Where did your standards come from? Did they come from your mom? Did they come from your mother-in-law? And so now you've adopted those beliefs for you up here. So now you think, well, I can only be a good mom if I keep my house 100% spotless. And if you don't, then all of a sudden there's this pressure because you're trying to live up to an expectation that's not yours. All right, you and your husband can set an expectation for what you want the house to look like or what you want your homeschool to look like. Okay, bye, Erin. Megan, I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays, honey. How you doing? Let's see, Marilyn over here on YouTube, it says, my grandma always said, all you have is your character. That is so, if I could pin that, Marilyn, I would. That is absolutely, your grandma was wise. That's absolutely wonderful. That's right, all you have is your character, because when you take all of these other things away, okay, your children are going to go one day, your health is going to start to decline, right? You don't recover as fast, from playing with your kids as you used to. But yes, I mean, beauty is going to fade, and you may lose your spouse one day because you're going to grow older. So when you take all of these things away, when you leave your job and you quit these things, all you are going to have left is your character. I love that, Marilyn. Yes, that's exactly true. Megan, if you're still watching, what everybody has been doing in the chat has been leaving an I am statement, and then that's kind of what we've been discussing about the identity, our core, what's our identity wrapped up in. So ladies, all right, so what I was saying was that these things, okay, I am, when all of these things are taken away, your talents or your success, your health, your spouse, any of these things, when they're taken away, are you, I'm sorry, if we have to realize that they are temporary and they aren't going to last. And if we're all wrapped up in this identity, it's going to need to constantly be worked on and constantly under control, because we have to protect this identity. My identity is to have a Better Homes and Garden house, right? It has to look like it's from the pages of a magazine or Pinterest or Instagram. My homeschool has to look like that it's Instagram worthy or Pinterest worthy, right? Instead of just making memories with your kids and enjoying the process, right? That's where I was stuck. I thought I was being a horrible homeschool mom because I didn't have a separate homeschool room, or because they weren't doing a specific curriculum. I was all over the place as a homeschool mom. And those are horrible years for me and for my kids, because I felt like I had to measure up to somebody. I don't know really who that was, who I was trying to perform for. I'm still trying to figure that out, because maybe, I don't know, maybe for my parents or maybe for other people that were around me. But anyway. Karen, hi. Welcome to the chat, Karen. All right, so ladies, I said this is circumstantial identity, all right, because you're basing everything on you're basing your whole identity, who you are, based on all of the things that are in your life, your circumstances, okay? And God, we were talking about God made us in His image. I have His identity because I have Jesus, and because of Jesus, I am identified with Him, God. This is really cool. This reminds me of, if you've all seen Toy Story, let me make sure how we're doing on time. Okay, 3:30. Oh, it's been an hour, so I want to try to land the plane here. I will. I want to remind you all of if you've seen the movie Toy Story, and you know that Andy's toys, they knew who they belonged to. And because Andy wrote his name on the bottom, like Woody, it was on the bottom of his boot or somewhere else, that Andy wrote his name on all of the toys that he had. And so I kind of think that God does that with us. When we accept Christ as Savior, I think that God writes his name on us, like Andy did with his toys. Jesus brings us in. We're all like, please, I'm not saying that Jesus, that we're His toys and He plays with us and all that. I'm not saying that at all, because Andy felt that his toys were a family. And I think that God writes His name on our hearts so that we don't forget. We become part of the family, the fold, if you will. So whenever the toys would forget, and I don't remember which movie it was in, if it was Toy Story 1 or 2, but I remember that Woody forgot for a second, it's like he lost track of who he belonged to and what his purpose was. And when he remembered that, or something caught it, like he saw the bottom of his boot and he saw that Andy was written on the bottom of his boot, that reminded him of who he belonged to, what his purpose was. These toys had a purpose. They weren't, they were no longer a toy on the shelf. Or they weren't that toy that was lost, that toy that was unwanted, that toy that was, left in the trash can or beaten up, like that evil neighbor kid that was horrible with all his toys and took them apart and put them back together with different things and body parts. But it's those were the unloved toys. Anyway, Andy's toys, they were part of a loving family. And they brought pleasure to Andy, like we bring pleasure to God. Oh, Karen says, oh, don't go. Oh, Erin Blanchard, I haven't seen you in a long time either. I hope you're doing well. Okay, Karen, it's so cool to think about it that way. Yes, I was just having kind of a moment one day, and I don't even know, it just came to me, and I wanted to write it down because I thought this was so cute, the way in that how that reminded me in Toy Story is that, Andy, if you could picture Andy, as if you can picture Andy like God, and then the toys are like all of us, right? And when Andy got the toys, he wrote his name on those toys. And that meant that they were part of the family. Like God etches his name on our hearts, and it never leaves. We are part of the family forever. And Andy had a special relationship with all of his toys. If you remember watching those movies, he played with all of his toys and in on all kinds of different scenarios. And he'd use the pig and the Wild West stuff, and he used the army men and all of that. But he cared for each one of his toys. They were all special to him. And that simple illustration just reminded me that I am God's special child. He has a special relationship with me. It's different with me than it is for you. Just like it was for Andy, he had a special relationship with Woody, but he also had a special relationship with Buzz, right? But they weren't the same. Your relationship with God is going to be different than mine, but we both have a relationship, and we're both part of the family. And I am loved for who I am and the pleasure that I bring to God. He doesn't compare me to anyone else. He loves me for me. And he and I have a unique relationship that no one has, but is no better than the relationships he has with all of you. So each one is unique and loved fully. And that's my Toy Story illustration. But I hope that might help help you understand a little bit more about your identity, where you stand, and where we need to keep our focus. Okay, ladies, our focus, your focus needs to be on not what you do, but who you are. And this may take some time. It may take some time to sit down with a notebook and to sit down and when you start writing, I am, look at what you're writing and saying, is this what I do, or is this who I am? Can this be defined as do? Like, even like saying I am a Christian, that is something that you do. Because Christian, that's a title. Like it's like CEO, Republican, wife, mother, teacher. What are some other things? I don't know. Sunday school teacher. CEO, entrepreneur. I'm a business owner, I'm a photographer. I'm an author. I mean, those kinds of things. Those are things that you do, and that is not who you are. So I'm hoping that all of this talk today has inspired you to sit down and maybe look at your core beliefs, because this is all boils down to self-worth. When you have a high self-worth, all right, it is going to carry you. And this is okay to have. We get hung up on this. I can't say an I am statement because, we feel that's boasting, or I can't think highly of myself, this is not thinking highly of yourself. You are already you are claiming the truth of what God has already said about you. Claim the truth rather than always cut yourself down. Okay? You are enough. I know that phrase gets used a lot, but you are enough because God made you. So you are bold, and you are confident. You're already confident. You are beautiful, and you are fun. You are honest. You are sincere. And I believe that you are right in your core. You are. But we lose sight of that, don't we? We lose sight of that because we get our focus on everything else around us, on being a wife and, in a homeschool mom, and all the things that come with that, doing all of these things, performing all of these things, right? And we focus on that. You ladies, do not focus on that, because that's where we're saying, oh, I don't know who I am anymore. And I'm just, Don't focus on your circumstances. That is circumstantial identity. Focus on who you are. Focus on who you are at your core. And I would love to hear from you. In the chat comments, you can still leave comments even after the live chat is over. Or if you want to send an email to me, you can do so by sending an email to therecycledmom@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on Facebook. I would love to chat with you just to, maybe go a little bit deeper with this. Because when we get, ladies, when we really get aware of who we are at the core, then we can just soar. We can live confidently. We can live without worrying about what everybody else thinks about us, because you know what? It really doesn't matter. They have their thing, I have my thing, and I'm going to be busy doing my thing and living out who I am, because that's what I want my children to remember me by, and my husband, and all y'all. Okay? So ladies, I challenge you to sit down and write out some I am statements in a notebook. You do it every day. Think of some more about yourself. It's okay to say that you are beautiful. You have the right to do so because you are a child of God. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I love you all. I appreciate the time that you took with me this afternoon to tune into the chat on YouTube. Everybody wave at YouTube. Hey, thanks for tuning in. And Facebook, hey, thanks for tuning in. And I'm going to catch you next week, same time, same place. Have a great week, everybody. Bye. We have to like who we are, or we can wrap it up. Absolutely, Marilyn. Yes.